Hi, I'm so glad you're here to watch the demo on the Fridgesmart line. This line is one of my favorite lines. It's been around for several years. However, a few years ago they updated it. If any of you have an older style, this is the new and current style, and these are designed a little bit better than the older style, but both work great. These are recommended to use for your fruits and vegetables and to help them stay 2 to 3 times longer than your crisper drawer would allow them to stay fresh. And what's nice about them is they are designed in a modular mate design, which means they are designed with your refrigerators in mind, being that they're rectangle. These are rectangle and square that will save you the most space in your refrigerators, and you can use these for so many different things. We do have a starter set available, which is this set here. It's a great place to start if you don't have any fruits or vegetable storage containers in this Fridgesmart line yet. And I'm going to talk to you about some of the pieces and how they work. So I'm going to start with the small container. This is sold by itself. It's $15 and it's called the Fridgesmart Small. And what Tupperware did was they got together with the University of Florida Science Department several years ago, and they did a study on fruits and vegetables and realized, one, they already knew that fruits and vegetables are made almost 100% of water, but they also found out that certain fruits and vegetables need more air than others, just like humans need more oxygen than others as well. So they created this container, and it's designed so that when you're storing your fruit and vegetable, because our refrigerators and freezers are frost free nowadays, what happens is they are designed to pull the moisture out of everything that you have stored in there. So if you've ever seen like your celery and you put it in there in the plastic bag that you buy it in from the grocery store, and a couple days later you pull it out and it's kind of soaky in water and it's limp, that's because all that moisture that has been pulled out of the fruit or vegetable that you're storing goes right back into itself, causing it to go bad faster. So Tupperware created these containers, and on the bottom inside here there's little feet, and those feet are designed, one, so that air can circulate around them evenly, and that way your refrigerators and freezers store your food evenly with the air to prevent bacteria from building up, because it sees it as its own individual container and gets the most air around there to keep it cool the way that it's supposed to. But it also protects you from having your fruit or vegetables soak back into that condensation that's being pulled out when it's being stored in your refrigerator. These feet allow the condensation to sit inside them. And also there is a chart that's laser imprinted between 2 sheets of plastic, on the small one on both sides, and on the larger containers it's all on one side, and that tells you that which vegetable needs which amount of oxygen. So depending on what it is, there's little vents on the top, and depending on if it's fully open, fully closed, or half open and half closed, that will determine how you use this sliding vent on the top. Now if you have the older style, you'll remember that, which I have several of, these have little vents in the front, and some people would take them off for cleaning and then end up losing them. This is nice for the newer current containers that they don't do that, because it just slides back and forth and you don't have to worry about losing one of those pieces. They do have an airtight seal, and the way that you seal that is you want to start on one side, and you want to do it on your countertop, but I'm going to show you in the air. We start at the one side that has a tab, and you would just kind of walk it in, just like baseball, walk it into first base, second base, third, and home, and that way you know that it's sealed all the way. I like these a lot because they are clear, so when you're looking in them you can see what you have stored in there for easy finding. And they are really nice because, as I mentioned, they're made in the modular mate design, so it's going to save you a lot of space in your refrigerator. And you may be wondering, well, how am I going to fit all that in my crisper drawer? Well, the thing is, I don't use a crisper drawer for fruits and vegetables. And the reason is I call it the rotter, because usually anything that you throw in there rots anyways. Tupperware, when they did their study, realized that some fruits and vegetables can be stored together. However, you never want to store anything that is seeded with rooted vegetables. and that's because they emit gases that cause each other to go bad faster. So when you're storing your product in the container, you're going to keep it individually. It's going to stay fresher longer. And again, you're going to take these out of the crisper drawer, and you can put these containers on the shelves. And when you open your refrigerator door, it's much easier to see what you have, and it's a constant reminder to eat healthier, which also is a great thing as well, because you see this first over any kind of prepackaged junk possible food items that you may have in your refrigerators. What you can then do is take all those items that would roll around or get knocked over in your refrigerator on the shelves and put those in your crisper drawers. So I have a crisper drawer that is filled with all my cheeses, the cream cheese, the sliced cheese, the block cheese, the bag cheeses. And then I have another drawer that has my eggs in it, and I have, let's see, what else do I have in there? Yogurts, my sour cream is in there, and then I have a third crisper drawer in my particular refrigerator, and in there I have tortillas, and I keep lunch meats. When we have school for the year, we use lunch meats more often than we do right now, and I can stack my fridge stackables in there, either on, two pieces together or one together or however, but I can keep my deli meats in this fridge stackables container as well, which saves me space and keeps those longer too. I want to give you some ideas for these sizes that we have. And this is the Fridgesmart Small. As I mentioned, it's $15, and it's a really nice size for all of your smaller fruits and vegetables, like your berries, blackberries, blueberries, raspberries. You can put in there cherries if you have fresh cherries. You could put in here also any herbs that you have. You can use it for anything that maybe you cut up. If you had a zucchini and you sliced it up and you want to use it later for a salad, you could keep that in here. You could use it for sliced up peppers. This would hold 2 cut up peppers that are medium sized in here if you have them into strips. You could use it for so many different things. It's just a really great size. I like to have several of those. The next size is the Fridgesmart Small Deep. So it's the same in space, but it's twice as deep as the small. And this one, you can see I have 2 whole peppers whole in here, and I bought these on May 4th, and brought them home, and they're still perfect. So it's been just over a week and a half, or just over a week, I think. Then we have this container also with cherry tomatoes. This is a bulk size container of grape or cherry tomatoes, however you call them, and I get them at Costco. You could also fit a bag of Brussels sprouts cut up in here, like a big bulk bag of Brussels sprouts. You could use this for a head of lettuce. You just want to make sure that you never have your lettuce touch anything stainless steel. So when I bring lettuce home, a head of lettuce, I core it on the countertop and just pull that core out, and I tear it into half or even quarters, and you can stick usually a small head of lettuce in here. If you have a larger head of lettuce, you would probably want to put it in this Fridgesmart medium deep, which I'm going to talk about. You could also use it and tear up your whole entire head of lettuce, and that will generally fit all in here as well. Some other things I use this for is a head of broccoli, a head of cauliflower cut up. I can use it for grapes and strawberries as well. And this next size is the Fridgesmart medium shallow, and this is a little bit larger. You can fit 2 of these smalls on the top to give you an idea, and they stack nicely, kind of like Legos. And again, you use the ventilation system on the top depending on what you're storing. And in here I have celery hearts already cut up. You could use this for, like, if you buy a bag of spinach or mixed spring greens, a spring mix, you could put that in here. If you get the larger amount, you could also use this container for any of those items, the bagged salad mixes. You could put in here your zucchini, your green onions. and you could use it for romaine hearts. This will fit 2 decent sized romaine hearts as well. And then we have the Fridgesmart medium deep, and this one is just as deep as the small. Again, they stack nicely next to each other, but they are different in length. And this will hold, in here right now I have apples. If you've never stored your apples in the refrigerator, they do last much longer. Of course, we can never guarantee how long something lasts in your refrigerator because you don't know how long it's been in the grocery store, but I will tell you that when I pick apples in the fall, I've had apples last me three and a half months when I pick them right from a tree and put them in a container, and I usually get a lot, and luckily we do have a second refrigerator in our home that allows me to store that much, and I have them for the whole fall season for baking. In this container you could also fit a head of lettuce, as I mentioned, or a large bulk bag or container of already done lettuce mix. You could use this for your peppers. This would fit whole peppers if you wanted, if you bought them in bulk. You could use this for a kind of cabbage. You could use it for all sorts of things, but they are really nice sizes. They all are dishwasher safe, lifetime warranty, and I'm going to give you some ideas on some things that I've had and how long they've lasted using these containers. Broccoli, cauliflower, grapes, generally I can have them last 2 to 3 weeks. Grape tomatoes in my house usually don't last 2 days, so I really couldn't tell you, but probably I would say the same amount of time, 2 to 3 weeks. Apples, again, it's several months. Celery can last up to a month in there. You can use it for strawberries. That's usually about 2.5 weeks that those last. I'm trying to think of some other things. Brussels sprouts, probably 2 weeks. And my peppers will last in here. If I place them in whole, they'll probably last 3 to 4 weeks, where if you slice them, they're going to last me generally about 2 weeks in here. Again, the more you touch and the more you add water to anything that you're storing in your refrigerator, that's going to cause those things to go bad faster. But again, Tupperware will prolong the life of any of those fruits or vegetables, and they are a great product to have. It's a great gift for someone if you're looking for a wedding gift, a housewarming gift, a holiday gift, birthday, whichever. So please feel free to ask me any questions at any time. You're welcome to comment after this video is posted, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. Thank you for watching.